So until Vice President Harris makes a decision about whether she's going to run for governor of California, president, or nothing, Democrats are a little bit frozen. But nonetheless, you're starting to hear a little bit more speculation about which governors or others might run for the nomination in 2028 and be leading surrogates in 2026. So David Rednick of the New Yorker, with a unique eye for spotting talent, produced this. Please put up that. There you go. So he did an interview with Governor Walz of Minnesota, who I believe has run for national office before. He was on the ticket in 2028. Sean, or 2024. Sean, start with you. Does the prospect of a Walz presidential candidate strike fear in your heart and in your mucus-addled head?
Just tell me where to send the check.
Yeah.
I'm on Team Walz.
Yeah. Dan, are you super psyched about a Walz presidential campaign?
No, and I will say by New Yorker standards, that story is almost like a tweet in its length. It's not a particularly long and in-depth story. No, look, I think just my own opinion, he'd be terrible. I mean, what he showed on the campaign trail was that he was kind of weak. He is very liberal, and he's going to have to defend the Biden-Harris ticket that he served on. I mean, Sean said earlier, Democrats didn't talk about inflation. Democrats did. The Biden administration did not. There were a lot of senators and governors that were out there screaming like, this is a problem and you got to say something. So I just think there's nothing that I have seen from him or that I saw from him that would augment that you would be a strong national candidate. And I think the challenge for Walz is the challenge for every Democrat, which is right now we look like we're defending the status quo when change is popular. And a lot of what Trump is doing, we always talk about this, polls 80-20, so to speak. Immigration, kind of the idea of cost cutting in government. There's challenges. When Democrats say, like, well, of course, change is good, we never want to fill it in. And Walz doesn't strike me as a guy who's going to lead that, blaze that trail to defining real change. He just doesn't seem to be a strong suit. And his governing record in Minnesota is not something I could see the party rallying around.
The fundamental problem is that there are consultants around every politician who make a ton of money when they decide to run, and they all encourage you and tell you, boss, you're amazing, you'd be awesome, we could do this, and here's the path. And I think Walz has probably got a team around him that suggests that he could raise the money and be that Minnesota, nice kind of guy.
I also think when you get in the bubble and you get all that attention, it's pretty addictive.
Yeah. I saw in the chat somebody said Mark can be funny sometimes. I have no comment on that.